Good morning. How are y'all doing? Good, good. My name is Rocio. I am a digital influencer and YouTuber, Risa's Rizzo's, and proud New Orleanian. Thank you so much for coming this morning to New Orleans Entrepreneur Week. It is Wednesday, so y'all get excited. We're really excited to welcome our first speaker of the day to the Cox Business stage. Before we get started, I have a couple of housekeeping items that I wanted to bring to your attention. I'm sure most of you know this already, but I just want to remind you. The restrooms are located in the tent and also in the atrium of the Contemporary Arts Center. And we know it's early, but French Market Coffee has graciously provided free coffee throughout the week to fuel your learning, networking, and fun. And for those of you who need to get some work done, the Wi-Fi connection is NOE 2017. That's NOEW 2017. And without further ado, our first speaker is Anthony Dazet. Some of y'all might know him already, but Anthony is a local foodie or foodpreneur that truly knows New Orleans food inside and out. He has turned his passion for food and marketing into a fun and thriving brand. How many of y'all know Anthony? Thought so. He's here today to tell us the secret to getting 100,000 social media followers. And that sounds ridiculous, but it's exciting, right? I'm excited. All right, so without further ado, let's give a warm welcome to Anthony Dazet.
Hey guys, how y'all doing? I want to thank everybody for coming. Obviously, it's a work day, 10 o'clock early in the morning. I appreciate it. Quick question, who here is on Snapchat? I want to see a show of hands. Okay, so everybody take your phone out. There's a little learning experience today. Do you know there's a nearby feature on Snapchat where you can actually interact with people that are in a group or in a session like this, and it's a way that you can engage the people that are actually following you. So go ahead, go to Snapchat, and you know where you can say add friends? Do you see that feature? Click add friends and then click nearby. All right, I see a few of you guys on there already. So now you can interact with everybody in this room. So y'all can talk about either a session or any session you go into. And also what I'm going to do during this session right now, if you keep that open, I'm going to add you guys as friends. If you're not on Snapchat, you have to get on Snapchat. Look, Snapchat's one of the fastest growing vehicles actually for social media out there right now. Yes, Instagram's huge also, but Snapchat is real-time video, and I'm going to talk a little bit about in detail with that also in a minute. So, okay, so you have the Snapchat open. I'm going to add a few of you guys. Just go ahead and add other people around you, too. Look, we're all entrepreneurs. We all are doing the same thing. Work together, follow each other, follow the stories. So, I'm Anthony Dazet. I'm the sole proprietor, owner, foodie, food critic, whatever you call it, that has started Eating NOLA. It's about 3 years ago. I was just living downtown and decided I like food. So went on Instagram, looked up Eating NOLA. It was available. And just started posting pictures of food. And I tell you, the funny part about it is my pictures were horrible back then. I went through about 3 months ago just to look at my pictures of what I posted from 3 years ago. I didn't know how the hell people follow me. They look disgusting. So now it's something important that I do now is make sure my pictures look great. So with that said, too, I have a picture. Who here is on Instagram? The guy that just asked me? Okay. So now go to Instagram. I posted a picture today of my face with my badge, kind of like this. I want you to comment on that page. What I'm doing is you go comment on that page. I want you to tag a number of your friends. I want you to tag Naui and hashtag Naui 2017. And what I'm going to do is pick someone from this audience. I have a $100 gift card that I'm going to give away for Coach Roast. We know entrepreneurs love some coffee, right? So go ahead and do that too also. Okay. And if you like, are you guys familiar with the Snap code that is available through Snapchat? Well, maybe actually you could ask me later about that. I could talk in detail. Uh-oh. So passion, whenever you start a brand, you obviously have to have passion with the brand. So just a quick show of hands, who here is in the midst of starting a brand? Okay, and so everybody I'm sure who has raised their hand is passionate about that, correct? So with getting started, the passion has to be there. Obviously I have a love for food, but I also have a love for social media. That's the most important part about it. I have built a lot of brands via social media. Edendola has been one of my best ones, but I've also worked with many other brands, building, gaining followers, and growing them. You have to be interested in what you're doing. If you're not interested in it, I've seen people time and time and time again get into something, start doing something. We know we're entrepreneurs for a reason, probably because we don't like 9-to-5 jobs. You're not going to promote and market a 9-to-5 job, but when you have your own brand that you're passionate about, you are going to take the time to market it. You're going to live, breathe, eat, sleep that passion. It's got to come out in your media. Helping others is hugely important to me with this. For example, with Eating NOLA, there's, as you know, thousands of restaurants out there. These guys are struggling at times to get business. One thing I specialize in is meeting with them, talking to them, interacting with them, and engaging them. Because that's some of your best followers. I mean, the big thing is right now, like we said, getting 100,000 followers via social media is not an easy task. But I'll tell you in the same breath, too, it's not a hard task. If you truly believe in your brand, your product, you can gain the followers. And we'll do a little quick Q&A at the end if you guys want to specifically know some of the things that you can do for that. And connecting people. I'll tell you, the most important part of what I do with the brand Eating NOLA is connect people. Every field, every workplace, just different stuff in general. Every time I go to an event, I meet people who are selling this, doing this, giving away this. My goal with Eating NOLA is to connect others together, not just in the food world. One thing is with Eating NOLA, it's obviously a food-y brand, but I've also transitioned and turned it into a New Orleans lifestyle brand. I'm born and raised New Orleans, love everything about this great city, from the travel, from the fun times, from the food, everything. And all you guys in this room are doing something specific, more than likely to the city of New Orleans, or something that's going to help in the way. And connecting people together is important. Networking, going out, meeting people. It's the reason why I added you guys on Snapchat. I want you all to go down the line and add each other, because we're all in the same business, and you can connect the dots. You guys can help me. I can help y'all for sure. Engage. This is the most important piece of building a social media brand. When I started this brand almost 3 years ago, back to it as a hobby. I did not anticipate it initially on turning into what it is now, a personality and influence and all that fun stuff. And so what I would do is engage everyone. And that sounds hard. It's really hard right now. Instagram, for example, with almost 130,000 followers, it's very hard to engage if someone comments. So I'll go into a little detail how you can maybe post something or tag something so I will notice and try to engage. But one of my goals with this brand, even as it continues to grow, is to communicate with everyone. And the reason I say that, when I started this a while back, got into it, looking around Instagram, like, what the hell is this? How do I do this? Okay, well, let me go ask this person over here. No reply. Let me go ask this person over here. No reply. I'd have an occasional reply or two, but nothing. So I said, okay, I'm one of these very self-taught people. So I said, okay, let me go Google this and figure this out and do all this, and really built the brand working on my own and trying new and different things. But I'll tell you, the joy that I get is when someone sends me a message, I reply, and they come back, holy cow, you replied. Yes, I'm going to reply. Especially on Snapchat lately, I get a lot of messages. I probably get 200, 300, 400 messages a day, people asking when, where, how. I'm going to reply. It takes time. So with that said, people ask how I got started with this. What made you do it? To be honest, I don't know. And I sat down one day, I was just sitting there, was bored, and started, typed it in, and went from there. Okay, how to connect with me? I mean, if you're on, obviously, Snapchat, message, Instagram, hashtag Eating NOLA. Whatever you post, if you even have a message, I don't get a lot of direct messages on Instagram, so if you do have a question, you want to message me via that, you can. I could probably contact you and go from there. Create. I'll tell you, this also is hugely important. One thing I've noticed is the content is key. I tell people, pictures are worth 1,000 words. And it's true. I went and my initial food pictures, and any of my initial pictures that I took were very dark, They didn't look very good. So I downloaded a great app. I'll just give a quick plug. Snapseed. I don't know if you guys have it or use it. Snapseed, phenomenal. It will change your life. But I tell people too, video is worth 1,000,000 words. Video, video, video. Time has come. We've been talking about it now. YouTube, has been very successful for a long time. But the fact is, that's why Snapchat and even you've seen Instagram went to Insta Stories. Why? Video. People want in the moment. The algorithm change for Instagram has changed the game dynamic drastically for Instagram. We used to, when I'd be walking down the street on Magazine Street, I'd see one of my friends would check in at, Shia. Oh, holy cow, Billy's at Shia. I'm gonna go stop in at Shia. That doesn't happen anymore. Now you have to engage them in different ways. Now the algorithm changed. It might show, Billy was at Shia a day ago, and now it's showing up in your feed. So it's a little bit different. I'll tell you, with creating also, one thing I've learned is back to your niche. What is your niche? Is it a small niche? Is it a big niche? But with that, go find other people in your niche. There are lots of great foodies out there. New York has some of the biggest foodies. They make some amazing content and really do a good job. So I've befriended a lot of those people, find out what they did, how they do it, when they do it, how often. And so from there, you can kind of really learn and grow from them. The biggest thing about that, too, is if they do reply, is engaging with them, having a conversation, trying to do a following. One thing really cool, I'm sure you guys realize, but New Orleans is obviously a great city that people travel to. So pay attention who's in New Orleans. Go connect with that person. Buy them lunch. Buy them dinner. Buy them whatever the hell they want. Because some of these people are huge in the world. So, for example, one girl, her name is Frankie. Her Snapchat is WT Frankie. Get it? So she is really big in New York City. She was just featured on the New York Stock Exchange. She came in for Voodoo, seeing she was in town, started communicating with her. Now her and I have been collaborating and just talking and doing different things. We haven't worked together directly, but however, she knows who I am. She knows who I am, and I know who she is. So collaborate with people. Reach out. Talk to. Meet them. Engage them. Buy them drinks or lunch. I mean, who doesn't want to eat in New Orleans? Hey, I'm buying you dinner. Come meet me. If they don't meet you, guess what? You don't be friends with them anyway. Big piece for me is, I guess I'd say I've a little bit of background about me, too. I was in the military for a long time. I was in the Army for 16 years. I did IT. So all this fancy computer stuff and how our phones and all work and systems and whatnot is what I did. I went to Tulane University, graduated with network engineering. Didn't exactly like my job or love it at that time, so I decided to get into real estate. That's when the entrepreneur piece for me really took off. Read a lot of books, learned how to grow a sales team, learned how to sell, also learned social media and the internet. The way that I've built this brand is the tools that I used in growing my real estate business. At one time, I had one of the top selling real estate teams in the entire Gulf State regions. We were selling about 300 homes a year, almost 100 million in volume. But during that time, myself, I took to the internet. Went through the whole Facebook phase, went through all these phases, and I feel like we're in a phase now with Instagram and especially Snapchat growing in different ways. And, always be conscious of what's next. Because a great name, if you can grab a great name or something along those lines early, that can gravely improve how your brand will take off. And also capture names. If you guys have a brand, and I'll tell you, I did meet a mentor today the last 2 days where I mentored 2 other entrepreneurs, and they had their name, but in some, they didn't have their name. If you have a brand, look, you better go out and either buy it or secure it or have it ready. One of the girls I met, she actually bought the domain name. She had to buy it in the secondary market, which was very expensive. But the fact is she has it and it's hers now. A big thing about when I say, wait, I think go to the next one. Okay, the you. Back to this is, who I am. When you see me, even in my real estate business, I dress like this. I've had people tell me you should wear a suit. I've had people tell me you should get a haircut, shave. No. The fact is, if you want to do business with me, this is me. with eating NOLA especially. When I got into this, I met with a lot of other foodies, a lot of other food writers, and people kept commenting on, oh, well, yeah, it's great, but you misspell words all the time, and you don't speak in proper English, and you should shave before you do your videos. No, this is me. So when I met with a PR firm about 2 weeks ago, they said, okay, Anthony, great, you have this big brand, and you do all this. What sets you apart? I said, me. Yeah, and it's true. That's the part that people know and like. Put yourself out there. And I cannot tell you how important that is. My life changed when I put myself out there. And how I did it, I went and had barbecue. Everybody here knows Jay Cody, Biting Booze. So I went and had lunch with Jay Cody probably about 2 years ago. And he said, man, what's your end game? I said, I don't know, He said, well, why aren't you taking pictures of yourself and putting yourself out there? Why are you being anonymous? I said, oh, I don't know. He goes, man, from day one when I started Biting Booze, my goal was for people to know who Jay Cody is. And it was funny. I was thinking about it last night when I was going to tell you guys this story, and I'll never forget it. It's the reason why I even thought about it, because I had invited her to an event that we're doing Thursday. Julie from Petite Rouge, the little red coffee truck. First picture of me online was she took it, and she put a doily over my face to hide me from the public. And I'm like, this is stupid. What am I doing, So put yourself out there. Are you guys scared to put yourself out there? And if you are, guess what? Oh, well, get over it. Because believe me, I don't like, when I first took my phone, I'm like, Jesus Christ, look how I look, But I don't care now. It's fun. Especially the business I'm in, the food does that. So, love what you do. It's your style, your way. I've had people approach me. I've gotten to the point where now brands, I've worked with quite a few brands. I work with a lot of local, restaurants, people and whatnot. But I've had like Barks Root Beer and everybody reach out to me. One thing that I refuse to do is change who I am for them. If they don't like it, I don't work with them. Back to with food. If I don't like the food, I'm not going to post it. And that was a lesson learned a while back, too. I posted all kind of food. I don't remember who it was exactly told me. They're like, oh, yeah, you posted this dinner. Was it good? I was like, yeah, it was okay. Well, why'd you post it? I'm like, I don't know. I just felt like I should post it. They're like, are you crazy? You are someone that is guiding people for New Orleans food, and you just put eating NOLA approved on something you didn't like. And when he told me that, I'm like, okay, makes total sense. But I didn't get it at first. I just did it. So that's one thing is now I only post what I want. No matter what the brand is, no matter what they ask to do. If they don't want to do it, I'm just not going to do it. So that's pretty much, I want to get a couple of questions. We have a good bit of time, and I do like to interact. I'm very, like I said, interactive with people. I like to talk to people and have conversations and see. I hope somebody has some questions, because I'd like to see what your thoughts are, what's something I can maybe help you with, or how you grow in your business. If you'll come step to the mic, we could do it. Is the mic on?
All right, so my name is Tariq Nur Muhammad.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So I kind of want to give a little background as to why I want to ask you my question.
Okay.
I'm a high school senior, and one of the things that we branched out to do this year is we have a football game called Battle on the River in Little St. Charles Parish, and we really wanted to have an emphasis on the advertising. So this year I got the idea to make Snapchat filters, and I did for both Hahnville and Estrahan High School. And at first, our facilitator, who's in the other room, came to me and he's like, well, why do you want to do this? It's not really our audience. And I argued with him, said, look, no, we've got to do this. Well, it came to be, though, that 1,000 people used the filter and about 90,000 saw it, and I was like on a high horse the whole time. My question is, though, how do you advertise that you have a filter? Because honestly, I want to get more.
Well, if you go, when I had my first screen up, in one Snapchat snap code. If you guys, I mean, I have it on my coffee cup here, which I love coffee. If ever y'all want to give me a coffee and talk, I am down, always. So, snap code is something that you put out there. No one uses this to its capacity yet. Okay, when I say that, truly, and believe me, I know and understand. I took a page from Banksy. If you know Banksy, the artist, Banksy created a lot of his fame by guerrilla marketing. Banksy actually went into the Louvre and put his own painting in the Louvre. Who here would do that? Right. See, no show of hands, but guess what? Banksy now sells a painting. They're worth $500,000. I mean, this is a person that is living on Earth. He could paint something small and sell for $500,000. Think about that. So with that said, snap code, you have to make sure people know. They're not going to really know by putting out their phone. Put snap codes out. Get your school to put them places and whatnot. And the cool part about snap codes now, you can actually redirect people to websites. I use it in my real estate business. So a lot of my properties are uptown, two-lane area. Obviously, a lot of people that are on Snapchat are younger looking for things. You can snap code it and send them directly to a website now.
If really quickly too, a lot of businesses aren't open yet to this idea.
Nope.
So how
Think
do you do
about
that?
this. You're ahead of the curve. So you dominate it now. 3 years, 5 years from now, it's still, I'll tell you, man, I've been, with real estate business, I've been hearing video for the 10 years I've been in real estate. And guess what? We're still hearing do video. It'll probably never get to the point where everybody's using it and it's take off completely. The fact is, get in now. Because you look at the Instagrammers who are 1 million, 2 million, 5 million users, they were doing that 6, 7, 8 years ago before all of us. Snapchat is that phase now. Demographics are jumping too. A majority of the newer users on Snapchat are 35 and above. I talk to people all the time about it. And one of my friends truly got me to engage in Snapchat. But I talk to people all the time, like, oh, no, that's for the young kids. No, believe me, it's not. It's growing, and it's growing by leaps and bounds. Well, thanks.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hey, will you have coffee with me and discuss Snapchat with me?
Absolutely.
All right, great.
Just
My name's Robin.
Send me a Snapchat, and we'll talk. Anybody else? Any other questions? Yes.
Hi, I'm Paramita. I'm not from here, so
Okay.
it's on the accent. How many of your followers did you organically grow, and how much did you spend on sponsored ads?
All of it. Everything's organic. So with that said, just to kind of give you an idea, the way, if you want a true secret way that I grow organic followers. So y'all ready for this? Give stuff away. People love free stuff. So in December this year, I decided I'm going to reach out to all my favorite restaurants, and I'm going to say, hey, give me a $100 gift card. So I had all these restaurants, give me $100 gift cards. And I just did contests on Snapchat. I went from about 1,500 views per snap to almost 10,000 in a month. And the light bulb went off like crazy. So now I've kind of known growing into that phase. Like, for example, if you guys are commenting on the Instagram, $100 worth of free coffee. Come on, comment, make it good. But giveaways. Organic growth, I've seen grow substantially if you're giving something away.
So does that product have to be related to what you're doing? Like I promote a local band, for example. So
Whatever, like tickets to the event, coffee. I had a big Snapchatter, a traveler. She's known for her travels. She came to New Orleans, and I was just telling somebody the other day about this. She came to New Orleans, and she goes, on her Snapchat, she goes, hey, guys. And she held up 2 postcards that she bought on Canal Street. 2 postcards. What'd that cost? $1 each, maybe. So she goes, hey, guys, if you want to win these 2 New Orleans postcards, go comment on my Instagram. The picture looks just like this. So I go, okay, wow, I want to see what kind of engagement she's getting. She had 400 comments, tagging 5 friends with a postcard. Think about it. I'm going to tell you, so back to, don't overthink it. Put something out there. Give things away. You don't need to go buy a laptop. You could do random small stuff, and people like it.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey,
Hello.
I'm Kyrie. I am the the Snapchat lead at NOLA.com.
Awesome.
So you guys can find us on Snapchat at NOLA News. You're in there on our
Awesome.
Snap story today. But my question is, what did you do to increase your open rate on Snapchat? What did you do to increase your open rate on Snapchat? And then also, do you feel that people need to use your stickers? Everybody knows about your stickers all over town. I see them everywhere.
Yes.
Do you think that's something that more people should use, or you think it just worked more for you?
Absolutely, more people should use. And the open rate, I'll tell you, it's interesting because it's not really in Snapchat, as you know. It's not really an open; it's a view, and the numbers fluctuate greatly. I mean, one day I'll get like 3,000 views average, and then one day I'll get like 8, 9, 10, sometimes 14,000. So they fluctuate. Back to tell a good story. People aren't going to watch you or are not going to want to look at you or see your snaps if you're boring. You know, I've had a gentleman just the other day. It's great, and I love hearing the feedback. He came up to me, and we're talking about food, and you know, his wife steps behind him. He goes, he loves your Snapchat. He goes, I just watch it. And people tell me all the time. I get it, and I like it. I try to make it more of a story. That's why they call it storytelling.
Right.
You know, so the better story you can tell, the better that people will engage and want to watch it. But yes, the stickers, I'm going to tell you, Snap code, watch.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, my
Hello.
name is Lee. I'm the development coordinator for a dance nonprofit on St. Cloud Avenue, Dancing Grounds.
Gotcha.
Now, I was just wondering if you had any work experience with nonprofit organizations or
Yes.
community organizations,
Yes.
and if you have advice on how to up our fundraising abilities via social media and how to share our mission with.
Well, I'll tell you, I work with it's a group called Uncommon Construction. It's in my real estate business. I haven't worked much with my food business, but Uncommon Construction is one of my main nonprofits that I do a lot of business with. And they, back to what I had mentioned, connecting the dots. You know, get your organization to connect with other nonprofits. Like they did an event at Urban South where they connected with a few other nonprofits, and you know that's the biggest way you can do it is hold events, do different things that can give people or you know the exposure that you need, or people see who you are and what you do. Events like Wednesday at the Square is phenomenal. You know, it's not exactly the cheapest thing out there, but the people who go there, a lot of business professionals, entrepreneurs like us, you know, if you have an opportunity to speak with them, and if you want, shoot me a message. I know the guys and everybody really good over there. So that's a great opportunity to get in if you can.
Awesome, thank you.
Okay. What's up?
Hey, what's up? How you doing, Anthony?
Good.
So I'm Max. I work at Great Marketing down the
Yep.
street. And my question is about captions and how to write inspiring captions that ask people to comment without asking a question like, where's your favorite place to eat or something like that. So
I don't know. That's a tough one because the captions vary. Obviously, I think time of day plays a huge part. But if you look at my Instagram, I did something, you know, just trying to change, and I always test different things, see what works. I did red gravy or brown gravy. Just put it out there, you know. And the comments were, 280 comments.
Yeah.
You know, red gravy, love it. Brown gravy was like a battle between the gravies. And then people were like, well, what the hell? Why we don't have white gravy in there? And it was really cool, the engagement. So questions are the way to go, truly. You know, hashtags work. Obviously, you'll get some engagement. But to say that, you know, if you're going to try to get the engagement without the question, you know, you have to have some really great content. For example, if you look at, like, you know, a lot of these New Orleans pages that are out there, you take a great picture of the cathedral or something, you're going to get that interaction. It's going to happen no matter what. You know, but depending on what else you're putting out there, it's going to vary for sure.
Okay, cool.
But engage the people in the comments.
Okay.
Fire back at them. If you don't put, you know, a question in your captions,
Yeah.
when they comment, you come back and say, hey, what do you like about that? How do you like that?
Do you have any tips on building a community within your comments so that your commenters talk to each other versus
I'd
just,
get it
you
a
know-
lot. I'd say tips is if you engage with them. You know,
Just get
people love being a part of something and love being engaged.
Okay.
You know, so your comments, if you like it, comment back and forth and ask them questions. And sometimes what I'll do is there'll be like 8 people who have commented. I'll do reply, and comment all of them in a group.
Oh,
And then
okay.
sometimes that engage will come back.
Oh, that's awesome. Cool. Thanks so much.
All right, man. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Great.
So, my name is Tidra. I own NOLA Therapy Room Massage Studio, and we recently launched an initiative called Touch the World. And it's an initiative where we are able to go into homes where there are victims of domestic violence being housed, also various homeless shelters to actually do therapeutic services, provide therapeutic services through touch. However, with a lot of these events that we do, we are unable to record and video. So how are we able to put that out there and get around the video curve that you say is key?
Well, I mean, if you have a particular product or signage or something along those lines, and if you're the head of it or the face of it, or if you're not, maybe make yourself the face of it. You know, you being a part of it, even recording yourself, talking about, explaining to people maybe some of the issues and whatnot can gain exposure. Yes, because you can't put video of the people obviously there, but you talking about it, even maybe presenting like via YouTube or something, case studies, or give people numbers and statistics on how. But I'd say that's probably your best approach.
Okay. All right. Thank
Okay,
you.
you're welcome. How's it going?
Good. How you doing today?
Can't
I'm also a
complain.
Tulane alum.
Nice.
Just starting up a new business myself, Follow My Cow. For my initial question is, I'm trying to build up a brand from the ground up. Getting ready to start my initial social media presence. So I was going to ask you, what are some great ways to get that initial ball rolling? Do you suggest following a ton of people and engaging them? Or is it just, how do you get that first initial organic growth and keep that going?
Yeah, your first 1,000 is really the toughest part. Once you kind of get to 1,000, but yeah, go follow people who are in your niche, or friends and family. Back to put yourself out there. If you're going down the street and you have flyers and you're walking down Magazine Street, hand out flyers to everybody. So people can know about your brand. And if there's a way that you can give away whatever service you can, because what happens with a giveaway is I'll do, hey guys, win a $100 gift card to blah, blah, blah. And then tag 5 of your friends and tell me why you want to win and why you're going to bring these 5 friends with you. And it's amazing, those 5 friends will do the same thing. And they'll have conversations between each other. So you can go from a single post, and we're doing it right now with a brand that we're growing. It's small. It's got under 1,000 users, likes or followers on the page. But with their contest, they're getting 40, 50, 80 comments, tagging all kind of people. Because it seems like to me, and I could be wrong, this is my account specifically, the likes are going down a little bit. Impressions are huge. My account right now, my pictures are getting about 1 million impressions a week. We know the internet. People don't like to engage sometimes. I engage them, but the fact is, they're looking at it. And you do the statistics. I've had billboards up for my real estate business around the city. I've had billboards on Pontchartrain Expressway, whatnot. They don't even say they get 1 million unique views a week. So don't always base your business and your brand off the likes and the comments. Cool. All right, we're good? Nope. What's up?
Hi, my
Hello.
name is Jordan Heffler. I'm a photographer in Baton Rouge and in New Orleans, and I was wondering what your opinion is on Snapchat versus Instagram stories, and if you're repurposing the same content on both, or if you're doing something different for both.
I do a little bit of both. I repurpose, and then also I do a little bit unique also. I'm more of the on Snapchat for, the videos. I do my Insta stories also just because I get great engagement. I still get 4,000, 5,000 views per Insta story. It's tough to do both. That's why I didn't mention in my slide, but I wanted to talk about find what works for you. I barely do Facebook. My website, I don't do anything on my website. I mean, I do a couple things. Instagram and Snapchat are my 2 things. Find a couple of things that work and be great at it. So I'd say do both. See what works best. Like anything, split testing. Anytime you do any type of internet product, advertising, whatnot, always split test. See where you get your best engagement. For me, my Snapchat, if I post a picture of you guys or a picture of food, I get 50, 80, 100 comments, people sending me messages directly. Instagram, I get 2, 3.
On your Insta story?
On my Insta story, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yes, sir.
Quick question. How much of the percentage of growth on the restaurants that you're promoting on a particular single promotion? What are they seeing?
It varies. I mean, I'll tell you, it 100 to 500 new likes, give or take, depending on what the content is, depending on what I put out there, depending on if it's a contest versus just a picture of me going to eat. But I'd say on average, they get 100 to 500 new likes on their page, give or take.
What about out economically that person going to the restaurant.
That's the part that's been really cool for me in helping small businesses. I've made this brand an opportunity for me. I've made some phenomenal friends with helping them grow. So, for example, I'll use, you guys know Swarma on the Go on Magazine Street? So I was obsessed with her for about 4 days in a row. I ate it 4 days in a row straight. So about a week after that, I walk into the restaurant, and the dad's there. He's like, oh, my God, you're here. He said they got bombarded. So, and I told somebody, I had a conversation with somebody the other day about this. I think it's consistency plays a part. If I post once, or if you guys post once, yes, it's going to get some play. But I seriously went Snapchat, Instagram 4 days in a row, and then people were like, oh, wow, I got to go try this place. Cool. All right. Well, thank y'all very much. I appreciate you taking y'all time out your busy day. I'll be around for a little bit if you have any other questions, and thank you again.